a lot of the freezing by it blowing the lid off the thing. We got shenanigans to get up to today. So our premise for today's stream is we're gonna be building a device that lets you chill a beer as fast as possible. What inspired this, you may ask? Well, I had these Modelo's sitting around from stream last week, just chilling on the floor, and I was like, oh, I want a Modelo. Oh, but they're cold. They're not cold. They're warm, and then it's gonna take like a while to get that shit cold when I put it in the fridge. And I was like, what if there was a way to make it not take forever? And thus, the premise was born. So, the thing that I'm thinking of here, there's a few different ways that you can use to make something cold fast. One, you wrap it in like a wet paper towel, stick it in the freezer. Easy enough. The water wrapped around it is a really poor insulator, so it helps freeze, or not freeze, but it helps chill the drink fast, because you're putting it somewhere else where it's cold. That's good for like a 10-minute chill, but we want like a 10-second chill. And it's like, okay, what else? What are other ways to make cold? Well, we could use Peltier units. I didn't buy any of those for this because they're pretty inefficient and they require a lot of cooling. Maybe I should have, because if my main premise here doesn't work as well as I want it to, I'm probably gonna be like, damn, I wish I bought some backups. But I'm pretty convinced that we can get something working with my method, which is basically making a rapidly freezing chamber by decompressing CO2 canisters. So you know how, like, when you blast shit out of an aerosol can, it's cold? That's because of the physical property that when you take something that's pressurized, when you pressurize something, it gets hot because you're cramming all the molecules together. And when you depressurize something, the molecules outside have to rush in to fill the void, and it causes it to chill. I mean, you can look this up, okay? I'm not an education tuber here or anything. You can get CO2 in these little cans. Now, I did consider going to the local air gas and getting a giant tank of CO2 and then hooking that up and having it like rapidly chill. But one, it's a pain to work with air gas, and I didn't really feel like doing it after fucking braving it in a tint. And second of all, I think it would be a lot cooler if this was a far more portable option. I'm not gonna explode. Anyway, so I got these little tanks of CO2. And I only got 2 of these because they're kind of expensive, but they're adapters that let you put one of these tanks and hook it up to some fittings. So we can have up to 2 of these. I got 2 of them. So we can have up to 2 of these in the chamber at once. And I don't know how many little tanks of CO2 it's gonna take to make a beer cold, but I'm hoping not too many. Oh, and you may ask, what's the chamber gonna be? Well, I wanted it to look cool, so I got this acrylic tubing, and we're gonna cut a little segment off, and I 3D printed these caps for it, so we can make a little pseudo-sealed chamber with a beer can or a bottle of Modelo in it. I'm thinking it's pretty cool, man. I'm thinking that's a pretty cool idea. So that's our goal for today, and there's a lot of experimenting. I got a lot of different fittings that I paid too much for to make sure all these little things, because this goes to like, this is designed so you can put this on a paintball gun, like one that takes a full-size CO2 tank, and I have this that steps it down to a 1/4 inch, so I can use the solenoids or any of my other like air-controlled stuff with it. I really hope these have enough air in them to get at least like some amount of chilling factor. I'm really afraid I'm gonna put it in, it's just gonna go and that's it. But it's gotta have more than that. I think it's gonna at least do a couple seconds. They have a lot less than you think. Yeah, but it's being fed through a really small hole. We aren't using a fire extinguisher. That's just CO2! These are the same thing. These are all the same tech. About to cut this shit with an angle grinder. I'm making multiple marks so that I don't get it crooked as hell. Holy shit. I'm trying to like de-chamfer this tube. There we go. All right. So I'm thinking, I'm kind of tempted to maybe just go all in with one of these boys. It's like, I feel like, okay, if the beer goes in like this, whoop, dropping it in like that's gonna shake it up quite a bit. Having inlets inside, see, this is at a 45-degree angle. Having this inside will make it blast up the can, which should cool it nicely. I don't know, I'm a bit tempted. I kind of also want to try just having it go straight in through the top and cool it, like, by blasting down the side of the can. But it's gonna need an air hole, because otherwise it's gonna explode. Wouldn't dry ice get the same result? Yeah, it would actually be more efficient. Tell me, buddy, do you have dry ice just laying around? You have it in your house? In your cupboard? This is meant to be a working man's solution. These guys you can keep in a cabinet for years. They'll always work. Dry ice, it, like, sublimates in a day if you don't use it. Does this open or close? Okay, hang on. I got these solenoids. Are these normally open or normally closed? Do I have the spec here? DC 12 volts. 2-position, 2-way solenoid valve. Turn my power supply down to 12 volts so that I don't blow it up. This is just the tap hole. We need this to be a little bit bigger. Alright, hang on a second. Got the hole here. I want to see what one can does. And I bought 50 canisters. They're not too expensive. At least not compared to what I was paying for them when I was a kid with a BB gun. Let's see here. You put your beer in here. Here, hang on. We tighten this guy down. This is our basic test, okay? Let's try just this. And I'm not gonna put the lid on it because I don't want it to explode. Maybe I should put the lid on it and just drill a hole in it or something. It needs somewhere for the air to escape. The no explosion hole will do. Alright. Smack that on there, put our beer in here. Let's see if this does anything with one CO2 can. I have no idea how much one of these has in it. So basically, once I screw this in, it's gonna pierce the top and it's gonna blast into this. It instantly got cold. This whole thing is cold now. So, okay. Not quite as much as I would have liked it to have. I mean, the outside of the can is cold now. I doubt the beer is cold all the way through. I really doubt that. But it does kind of... This actually gets really... Like, this canister is freezing cold now. Like, look at this. There's ice on the canister itself from the rapid decompression. Like, this is ice cold. Maybe the play here is to have these around the beer and then have a harness that smacks, like you smack the top and it pierces the tops of the CO2 cans, which then releases a bunch of the air, which will chill this, but it'll chill the beer a lot more. I don't know if this valve is gonna, like, hold together, but you know what? We got enough canisters, might as well try it. All right, let's try this one out, boys. This should be fully closed, holding it like this, just in case. Oh! Alright! Okay! And then that's super chilled, this. I think letting it out slower is probably a better idea. I think we've got it going now. Because that seems to work. Granted, it does start leaking, but it doesn't start, like, it takes a little while first, you know? Put our beer in here. Let's see. Well, actually, before I put the beer in there, let's see if it holds ISO. That actually holds that watertight? That's crazy. That's actually insane that it holds it. Hang on, does it hold just water? Mostly just for testing purposes. I don't want to use all my ISO if it's about to start leaking all over the desk. All right. Okay. Looks to be watertight. Hang on. Let's get the other desk set up because I feel like it's gonna look better from the side, if that makes sense. It smells like exploded chicken. I prefer that, honestly. I'm breaking out a new face mask. Here, it's gonna go here so that the can go beside it, basically. And we hit it with this. The idea is if we have something to kind of stir it around here, is this gonna cool it enough? This looks crude, but like, see the vision that I'm trying to like perpetuate here. Okay, the question is, did we appreciably cool this down, or is it gonna take a lot more than that? It's cold, but it's not ice cold. I don't know, man. I feel like that did less than blasting the can. I think we need more. Get a tank of liquid nitrogen. We're not doing this again, man. I can't do it. It's driving me insane. We need a more efficient conductor of the cold. All right, here's our new top we 3D printed. It's bright blue, as you can see. And also, the hole on top just happens to be the right size to screw in. Well, actually, no, it's not. What the fuck? Oh, wait, it's sized for the other side. Well, it does fit with the little seal, but it doesn't fit with the threads. So it might fly off like crazy. I mean, it's probably... This beer is gonna be the most shook up thing. Alright, well, that's dangerous. There we go. Alright. Oh, you can see, look at all the little ice pieces. The can is literally covered in ice. That was so much more efficient than the, that was so much more efficient than the other ones, man. What the fuck? Why? Why? Take the cylinder to the next backyard function. It's not ice cold, though. I want it to be colder than that. I think that someone might be right about it needing to be spun. I think it going and spinning while you tighten 2 cylinders to blast it while it goes, that might be the best possible, like, way it could work, you know? Is rotating time? Get rotated, idiot. Let's say you put a beer on it, hypothetical. Bros, I don't know if it's strong enough. It can, like, almost do it. It's the funny thing. It's trying its best, man. So I put it on here and then go, woo! Then it can spin. But you have to kickstart it, otherwise it can't do it. Hey, that works. Now the thing doesn't stick anymore. I'm using these person masks to put down so I can drill holes. Tell you what, I'm gonna have this one on the back. This will be the outlet hole, because I want these to be kind of middle of the can, like here. I think this is the way to go. I fucking drilled into the beer! Fuck! I had it in there to line up the shot, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna hold off. I'm actually fucking stupid. Shotgun? I don't have a shotgun a warm beer. This thing ain't even been cooled yet. Uh-oh, I think I got a little too big on that one. We're adding our 2 CO2 inlets for the hyper chilling. Now, the reason why I have them pointed down at this angle is because it looks like when I put the can in here last time, there was dry ice on the lid after blasting a can through the top. I want there to be enough to carry it down in. And hopefully this doesn't heat sink it enough. Also, if this works, it's gonna be fucking awesome. All right. So the idea is when these are fully rigged up, you're gonna have these 2 big fins sticking out of the side. I just need to set up the circuit for running the, Honestly, this looks fucking cool, doesn't it? Doesn't this look awesome? It technically would be from this side, because I don't want the one with the hole to be facing forward. It looks like a bong. It's not some stoner shit. You guys say some foul phrases on this stream, I can tell you that. That's, the fan spinning is all we gotta get running. Love to see this go through an airport. Hell yeah. I'm sure the TSA would love this thing. I can't imagine why they wouldn't like it. It looks awesome. Alright, there we go. Hang on a second, I need to grab a power block. Here, we'll take this guy. It's a 3S, 12 volt. Yeah, baby. Hey, there we go. Alright, hang on. Test. Come on, bro. Alright. Put this guy in here. Alright. The Insta Beer Chiller. We got CO2 canisters in each one of these. Let's see how well this works. Holy shit! It blew the lid off! It is cold, but we lost a lot of the freezing by it blowing the lid off the thing. Let's try that again. The vent needs to exit here. Let's get the lid on. We don't need the cooler, bro. Check this shit out. We can use several dollars worth of CO2 cans instead. A much preferred method. Ready? Let's make the world. Let's make the world's fastest cold beer. All right. Shit's looking pretty frosty. The dry ice, yeah, baby. Pretty promising. Colder than room temp, but like, it's not as cold as I would really love it to be, you know? Alright, let's see how it is now. This is peak efficiency. Yeah, baby. Okay, well, it's noticeably colder now. And noticeably more carbonated, holy shit. Alright, we've dipped from like 53 or so to like 46. Look how fucking cold the can is, though. You can see the frost on this. This part, once again, I think the coldest you could get it is if you submerged one in the beer. That would probably be the best. You can see the frost, though, right? It just doesn't I wish it circulated through the beer better. The main problem here is it's dumping a lot of cold out. You can see the dry ice it's making if you look into the container. And all these fittings are like ice cold right now. The outside of the can is freezing cold. And the inside of this tube is real cold. Even though it's acrylic, it doesn't really hold its temp well. But the liquid isn't as cold as I'd like it to be. I definitely drink this, though. It's not quite as cold as I would like it to be, but it's in the drinkable territory, I can tell you that right now.